Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Katie and, well, I've got a new sketch pad, haven't I? I've seen on all social media they're advertising heavily the ETCHR watercolor pad, so I might have taken advantage of the Jackson's website a little bit again, and I thought let's give it a whirl. I do have a couple of watercolour sketch pads, but nothing beyond A6, so I went for the A5 option. I thought it was just a nice size, not too intimidating, and I thought let's give it a whirl. It seems pretty impressive. It's 100% cotton paper and it's 220 GSM and it's double-sided, also hot press, so that's my most favourite kind of watercolour paper, although the textured stuff I am coming around to. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've already had a play about in the sketch pad and there are already a couple of pages that have been used up, but I'd sort of reached the centre parting of this particular signature within the book, and I thought, well, let's do a full 2-page spread and I might as well share it with you guys. So, the idea behind this, well, actually, I'll tell you what it is first. It's a mountain goat surveying his little empire, I guess, and I just wanted to get a bit of a landscape in there. It's very, very basic, which is about the maximum extent of my landscape skills, but I thought I'll justify it by chucking a mountain goat on there. Now, the reason I did a mountain goat was I'm quite partial to buying wildlife books and good photographs of wildlife. I know there's like an array of them on the old interweb there, but I don't know, there's something nice just about having a book. It kind of reminds me of like when I was a kid and I used to love wildlife books then. I'd have them little observer ones and a few others of wildlife based in the UK really, because there was more chance of me seeing that, but I loved all wildlife books, and I saw them at a local bookshop. It was like a wholesale bookshop and it was £2, and I'm like, I've got to have that, because they're amazing for visual references and just general inspiration. Now, this isn't taken from the book, but I did see a little herd. Is it a herd of goats? I saw a little herd of goats, these mountain goats, and I thought how unusual they look compared to domestic ones and how cute they look. And I thought, yeah, that'd make a good painting, and that'd just be something that I could experiment about in this new sketch pad. So this is why we are where we are. The paints I've used are the black tone paints. I have done a video on them and I'll pop it somewhere on here for you to check that out if you haven't already. And they're basically black paints but with colour tones to them. They're really weird and interesting to paint with, but I thought these would be ideal just to set the mood for this scene for this guy. And I also wanted to add some textures, so I got some toilet tissue, very bumpy stuff, and applied it to the semi-dry paint in certain areas, and it was great. I really liked it. It just added a bit of texture. I also added some water on areas where I'd covered in the paint just to get that sort of bloom effect. But yeah, I really like it. I really like all the different textures. For the goat itself, I masked out the area because I do like a good bit of masking fluid, and I just wanted to preserve how white the page was underneath. A little bit of the paint did seep through, but that's okay because I just blended that in with some clean water on a paintbrush and we're all good again. And I did also need to add some details to it, so it was quite forgiving in that respect. Now, these paints aren't really meant to be layered up. There's only so far you can do it before it just completely covers it, and I think I'd sort of reached the maximum on here. And I did use all of the colours in the pack as well, and to outline everything I used the black brown, I used the black purple for the sky, black blue for the mountain in the far right, black green for the one on the left, black red for the mid-ground and the black yellow for the one our little goatee friend is standing upon. And I just thought that the brown black was absolutely perfect to do the outlining. It really was. I was really quite happy with how everything worked out there. And for a sketchbook piece, I'm pretty pleased with it overall. I was even happy with how the masking tape turned. So all in all, I'm sure you can tell I'm pretty happy with this sketch pad. Everything just worked out quite nicely. Anyway, it is only a quick video today. I am working on a couple more bits and pieces. I'm also covering an art shop at the moment, so I'm a little limited to the time I can dedicate to work that I can record. So I'm afraid you'll have to bear with me. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!